Alright everyone, as you all know, I've been kind of talking about a new lightsaber form called Xishah. It's a mix of Genso and Papad, maybe Juyo, if you really want to think about it. And pretty much it's just very aggressive, pretty much, and you really got to put some strength behind each hit. Can be unpredictable, so and what I really like about Xishah, really doesn't rely on two lightsabers to give yourself an advantage, because you really got to put your strength behind every hit, pretty much. Like that. So, yeah, it really is not too shabby of a style. But, I mean, you really can't use it with Xishah or Makashi, because it really doesn't fit my fighting style the best. I mean, you can probably integrate Sarasu in it if you're more of a defensive kind of guy, or if you're a bit more acrobatic than maybe a Taru. Or if you really want to get into it, maybe Niman. But I would not use it with Jarkai, as I said in my explanation video, because sorry if I'm kind of dizzy. Just, I did this earlier and kind of like a bloopers thing, and I think I did it for like 30 minutes, and now I'm kind of dizzy. So my movements might be a bit sloppy, but mainly would be used with lightsaber pike, or double bladed, or singular bladed, if you really want to just stick to the classics, because you can thrust it like that, or you can just shit. Yeah, I might get a few splinters from this, but who cares? But yeah, it really is just a very exhausting form, because when Genso is more like a defensive and then offensive counter strikes, I do definitely think is effective in a way, but it's more of an offensive style, so that's why I kind of said it's like Vapod and Genso. And I'm still kind of developing it, so it might be a bit sloppy for the first half, as you know. A bit sloppy. You might cut yourself a bit with a training stick or something, but it's all for the greater good. Because, if you're into dueling with lightsabers or something, obviously fake ones, because, you don't want to accidentally cut your hand off. I don't think they really have the technology for that yet. I mean, you definitely could if it's like a really highly concentrated flame. God, I can't speak today. But yeah, it's pretty hot out here. Not as windy as the last time I filmed. But if you hear like a weird crackling sound, then it's either my phone being weird or just something else. So if you hear a really loud crackling sound, that's what it is. But yeah, I'm not really a big fan of Makashi or Xishah, because they're not as aggressive of a fighting style. Like Genso is definitely a key aspect of it, because the pod's more of an offensive style, and that's what I'm going for. And Gemso kind of feeds into that aggression a bit. So, yeah, I think it's mostly gonna if it was in Star Wars, it'd be a fighting form for the Sith, because it's aggressive, it's very effective against single-bladed combat. But I mean, you could probably use it like a traditional samurai sword or something. Like, do that thing with the kind of sheath that they have, and just like sheath, and just like kind of do that with a backhand. Might be a bit cool to do, but it really isn't too shabby for my first lightsaber style. But definitely could use some work, that's for sure. And as you can tell by the way I've kind of been wording it, it is an aggressive style. It's not an offensive, aggressive style like the pod and Gemso. But the only problem with Gemso is it only focuses on countering with hard strikes. And that, I mean, yeah, that's a valid thing, but offense is definitely more important than defense. I mean, Soresu is definitely good for defensive. So Soresu is definitely its weakness, but against any other kind of lightsaber form, definitely would hold its own. Because Soresu focuses on defending rather than offensive capability. And yeah, I guess I can see why it's a bit less effective in that department, but yeah, I think I've been kind of hurting my hands a bit. They're kind of red. That ain't gonna stop me though. Too fun. But left-handing it is definitely not the way to go. I definitely right-hand it if you're a right-handed person. It's gonna put a lot more power in every strike. Careful not to hit my porch, but because I'm kind of filming this with on my porch, so a bit sloppy now, but I will get better soon. And dressing up as Darth Nihilus will definitely help with it, because more in the character. Pretty sure Darth Nihilus uses Nimon, I believe. I could be wrong. But Darth Nihilus is definitely one badass Sith, I will admit. But you can maybe dual wield it if you're really into that, or I can just thrust it like a pike. Personally, I prefer the pike or spear approach, because you can just thrust it without it breaking. But under no circumstances should you use Jarkai with it. But it's pretty much all I have to it right now, so I'll catch up with you guys later.